Good morning, all. Suburban Sentinel out here in the Middle East, hanging out with my recent transplanted orphans, giving them some supervised visitation, making sure they're okay. And while I have some time, I can multitask and make another little video about life here. And I guess a couple days ago, I did one on surprising things about the Middle East, or at least this little slice of it. There's old man out there. You can see him. He's the elder statesman of the little cat society here. Anyway, I figured, hey, okay, sit on my head. I figured I would do another video about surprising things. And this one is about restrictions on expats. And this was kind of fascinating when we first got here. The first thing is cell phones. You cannot get a cell phone, nor can you get those, I forget what they're called, those little chippy things that are the brains of the cell phone. But it is very difficult to get one here. You first must get your official residence permit, and that takes a couple of weeks. And it's kind of hard to get around here without a cell phone. But you need, what is it? You need your residence permit, and they also take your fingerprints, as well as a healthy deposit on your account. And that seems kind of strange to me, because you can walk off the plane and buy a rifle or a handgun as easily as a wristwatch, right? But cell phones, or what are those, cards or chips or whatever, it's a big deal. You really have to show up in person, get your fingerprints taken. I don't know why. Maybe they're afraid you're going to make obscene phone calls or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, that's the deal. Other surprising restrictions. After a couple of months, my wife and we wanted to buy a car. And so we figured we would get a pickup truck. Because, I kind of like pickups, and we always have some kind of project going on. And dealer says, sorry, no pickup trucks. I'm like, what do you mean? No, you're a foreigner. You're not allowed to own pickup trucks. I guess they figure if you have a pickup truck, you'll use it for commercial purposes, and foreigners are not allowed to own businesses here. And I guess I don't agree with that, but I can kind of see it. There is a nexus. Even in the states that happens, like New York and Connecticut, for example, treat all pickup trucks like commercial vehicles for some purposes. So there's kind of a nexus with that. So we said, all right, let's get a big SUV. Driving here is very dangerous. So let's get something like a Suburban, or a Nissan Patrol, or a Land Cruiser. Sorry, you can have one, but I need your certificate of family. I need the birth certificates of your children. I'm like, what do you mean? Well, as far as expats go, you are not allowed to own anything with more than 5 seats unless you have a family, meaning at least one child. This seems kind of odd to me. So, okay, if it's just you and your wife, 5-seater, no more. If you have one kid, you can have any size vehicle you want. You can have a 15-seat van if you want. That really makes no sense to me. I said, can we rent a kid for the afternoon? Nope. 5 seats is all you're going to get. So, okay. They do have 5-seat SUVs, but it just wasn't worth it. The SUVs that they do have are decontented, so they don't have the modern safety features of the full-size ones, like airbags and that kind of thing. So we ended up with a sedan. So that's kind of another surprising thing. Hey, old man, how you doing, buddy? You're a grumpy old man, aren't you? We figure he's about 7 or 8 years old, which is kind of long in the tooth for a feral cat. He's a nice boy, for the most part. Anyway, another surprising thing is leaving the country. You are absolutely prohibited from leaving the country if you owe anybody anything that's overdue. For example, traffic tickets. The vast majority of traffic tickets are issued out here by camera, and sometimes you don't know you have a traffic ticket. They're supposed to send you a what do they call it? Teletype, or not teletype. What do they call them now? SMS or kind of text message thing. If you get a speeding ticket or running a light or whatever. But oftentimes you don't get that message, and you'll have a traffic ticket on your record. And when you go to the airport, if you have an unpaid traffic ticket, you don't get on that plane. And it actually happened to a friend of mine. He got a $40 equivalent of a $40 speeding ticket, and he's headed home to the U.S. and he goes to the airport. They won't let him on the plane, and you can actually pay your traffic tickets at an ATM. So he says, I'll just run to the ATM and pay it. Nope, no good. You need a clearance from the ministry. So if it's still on the ministry's records, it takes a few days for the ATM thing to post or update. So he got screwed. He missed his flight, and I don't know, whatever it cost, $1,000 for rescheduling, and he was stuck here another 5 days. So the bottom line is, when you're going to leave, the 1 or 2 days before you're scheduled to depart, you go down to the traffic department and make sure that you are clear. It's kind of a royal pain in the neck, but it's the way it goes. Drive slow, I guess, and don't run red lights. So there you have it. That's my morning pearls of wisdom. It's good that I'm doing these, because I'm getting older, and as senility sets in, I'm going to forget all this stuff. And there you have it, Suburban Sentinel, right, along with the kittens and this guy out here. He's a new one. He's a pretty cat. I don't know what his story is. I guess we'll find out as we go along. I'm out.